Wait. It's a waiting game. I think so. I think so. We are waiting. Okay, looks like we got people in the area. That's a pretty big car. That look like Larry Dominic. Mm-hmm. I said, is Larry Dominic visiting the Candyman? Hell. Mm-hmm. Time is winding down. Time is winding down. Time. Time is winding down. Time is winding down. Time is winding down. Alright guys, I am being attacked electronically, and this is the time right from next door, 5135 West 24th Street, Laramie, Cicero, Illinois, 6004, zip code 60804. Okay, so the plan of attack, of course, the brain attacks. Electronic harassment is a very big part of state insurance policy fraud, identity theft, Medicaid. If you want to make a difference, please contact Internal Revenue Services, the IRS. Posted date January 8th, 2025, last year. I filed a petition with a tax preparer, tax evasion. Melo Greco is the main proprietor of this property, and the person in charge has a great truck, and he has a wife and child and a government pension. Okay? No job, no school, and clearly he received a home visit directly from Thomas Cicero officials. Okay? These Thomas Cicero officials were laughing and giving me the eye contact, okay? I wasn't by the window, but once I arrived at the window, I spotted them, and obviously, now it's beginning to make sense. It's not the first time, but Thomas Cicero officials are working on a harassment case against me. That's the reason for last week, 1 week anniversary of a U.S. Marshal, February the 27th, 2026, playing games while I was by the window. Catfish, constantly moving his vehicle. This was a U.S. Marshal parking behind the dollar store parking lot, taking a picture of me. Okay, that's called entrapment. And the individual that was arrested at 5130 West 24th Street, Laramie, Cicero, Illinois, 60804 was a fake arrest, catch and release. I was the intended target that day. And the only reason they arrested him was because I was not manipulated to come outside and engage my information regarding public service. Neighborhood watch. Okay? That's the reason for the uniform of the U.S. Marshal being present, to add comfort and security and manipulate me to go outside. And obviously, I would be arrested as accessory to the fact. Okay? This is entrapment, of course, and all my windows were covered up. That's the reason for the electronic harassment. To provoke movement, reaction, response, yelling, running out of control, kicking, screaming, public outbursts, surprise advantage once I approached the window. Everything was pre-planned for me to respond and record, and Thomas Cicero officials a week later, in-home visit personal message, okay? Directly from Thomas Cicero Mayor Larry Dominic and officials working constantly from right next door, 5135 West 24th Street, Laramie, Cicero, Illinois, 60804. These are planned attacks being strategized by Melo Greco and his family members, okay? Anthony J. Loader, nephew, and they are working close. This is a big organization, guys, for one person just to be arrested, father and son. No child protection agencies were called to the scene. No search warrant, no canine, no seizures, no towing of vehicles, no confiscation of any drug evidence. And the door remains intact at 5130 West 24th Street, Laramie, Cicero, Illinois, 60804. Business as usual. And of course, the police officers continually are harassing me in hopes of manipulating me to respond. Ex-wife is home, and that's another reason for the electronic harassment. I am a victim of electronic harassment, 2003 year and present, 2026. And obviously, they are responding. Okay, March 11th, 2026, Wednesday morning, guys. Okay, at 2:38 a.m. You guys saw clearly, time and time again, they have the lights on, and they are working closely with the hit squad that specializes with the military-grade technology, well documented on our social media platform, Driving Suburban on our early YouTube channel. Please subscribe to Tech Ingredients for equal exposure from microwave oven. Tech Ingredients YouTube channel, equal exposure from microwave oven, X-ray machine, or sleeping next to a high power line, secondary health issues or radiation levels. It describes in great detail how this is lethal over time. This is how they're able to coerce and manipulate victims at home, and of course the consequences are very severe on the doctor's care. All right, public servant certification awareness, and we look forward to another year of surveillance. Of course, we are working closely with Samantha Chapman, Channel 7 News private investigator. Okay, so we are sharing information. Life is in danger, and you can clearly see the defiance and the daily plan attacks from right next door, 5135 West 24th Street, Laramie, Cicero, Illinois, 60804. We need assistance, and that's why we are asking for the public to please participate and contact Internal Revenue Services. I contacted everyone. I contacted Chuy Garcia. He returned back an email stating that he wanted to invite me to a town council, and Larry Dominic was going to be there along with the police officers involved in criminal activity. That is another entrapment, okay? So you can clearly see the intentions behind the daily plan attacks. And 1 week anniversary, February 27, 2026, a U.S. Marshal, fake arrest, catch, and release. If you want to find out about the whereabouts of this individual that was arrested and released, simply go on Google Maps. We have his information of weekly car changes. Okay, we have his information. Each time he changed his vehicle is documented. Okay, so Google his information, and you're gonna find out if he was arrested or not and what charges were brought up. Remember, no child protective services agencies were on the scene as well. This was a big circus cover-up to avoid external government agencies from taking a hard look at the corruption, at the trafficking of narcotics involving children. The mailbox exchange, child endangerment of narcotics continues, and of course, state insurance policy fraud, identity theft, Medicaid. This is a big organization, and obviously I am behind enemy lines, plenty of second character witnesses. That's the reason for the dollar store owner provoked confrontation, a physical attack that they were depending I would interact with the dollar store. Remember, these police officers are waiting, standing by, set up traps, false police reports, and arrests. And of course, order of protection and document a history of mental health issue illness once I respond to the game of manipulation and create family conflict, emotional distress, anxiety, disbelief, mistrust. Covering up the windows is a very big part of it. Okay, that's the reason for the bright light harassment and the electronic harassment and the community gang stalking. And of course, Sergeant Porter, badge number 2255, right forearm tattoo, police officers involved in criminal activity. Okay, other than that, we're looking forward to another year of surveillance, and we need assistance. So please participate. You guys are watching history in the making, guys. Especially if anything happens to me, this will be documented, and it would be, let's just say, we have to take it one day at a time. I feel pretty good right now. I am plant-based, but that's why we need to continue documenting, and obviously these town sister officials visiting organized crime family employee, the person in charge of 5132, no job, no school, is serving customers at an indoor recreational facility such as golf course, time and time again on video. Okay, and there's various trap houses that deal with trafficking, distribution, and packaging of narcotics in the area. 5135, right next door, is one of them. Homeowner Martinez's basement is secured on a daily basis. They are making it, all the family members are constantly reminded and trained specifically to make sure that the back door, right next door, 5135 West 24th Street, Laramie, Cicero, Illinois, 60804, is always locked at all times, okay? To avoid external government agencies, just in case they're in the area and happen to come by, they want to make sure that door is always locked. That's why next door and next door after that, these are trap houses specifically designed for trafficking, distribution, and packaging of narcotics. We have homeowner Martinez driving a Village of Pilsen vehicle. That Village of Pilsen vehicle is to transport narcotics in that area, okay? That's the reason that vehicle is present on a daily basis. And that's it. There's a lot going on here, guys. So other than that, we look forward to another year. Please share our information on our social media platform. We are back. We are back on Facebook, but I'm staying away from Facebook a little bit because I want people to interact. I want people to really look at our information, and obviously by not being on Facebook, it's gonna raise the curiosity what happened to me. Okay. So that's the reason I decided not to return to Facebook right away. And that's it. Okay. So we are gaining a lot of information. And obviously this fake U.S. Marshal arrest, catch and release was a desperate attempt to have me engage and arrested and documented with a history of mental health issue illness. Once again, I was the intended perpetrator that day. I was the intended perpetrator, and the only reason this individual was arrested was because I did not conceive. I was not manipulated. I know social acting. And so the reason they arrested him, the individual at 5130 West 24th Street, Laramie, Cicero, Illinois, 60804, father and son, was to cover up their tracks. Okay, that's the only reason. And the father was also instructed to park underneath my window to give the excuse for the U.S. Marshal to take a picture toward my direction. Okay, so this is all planned out. And I figured it out as soon as he continued playing possum with the blue vehicle, Nissan. The U.S. Marshal continually was moving the vehicle and various eye contacts. Okay, so he was caught on video attempting to lure me. Okay, this is entrapment. Clearly, bait, focus, follow, attention span, social acting. And the U.S. Marshal uniform was to add comfort and security so I can go out and share my information of public servant, neighborhood watch. Okay? All right, so that's the update. I continue being harassed electronically, of course, 2003 year and present. And this is history in the making, guys. 2:47 a.m. Wednesday, March 11th, 2026. Remember, I'm supposed to be responding right now. Yelling, running, kicking, screaming, public outbursts. And obviously I'm not a newbie, so it doesn't affect me in that fashion, okay, or manner. All right, public service notification awareness, national security threat for this reason, because it is, over time, brain aneurysm, okay? Secondary health issues are radiation levels, bone cancer, tumors of the brain, blood clot. Once the brain stops bleeding, it creates a blood clot. This is dry blood that travels up the stem of the brain, cutting off the oxygen. Silent, incoherent victims, nursing home final faith, identity theft Medicaid takes place. Plenty of second character witnesses, and we also have attacks by Board of Education, District 99, male and female. The mob plan hits involving co-workers, okay? Involving co-workers in criminal activity of trafficking, distribution, and packaging of narcotics. Okay, we are watching closely, making sure that the video is being uploaded. This is crucial information, guys. I play the victim, and obviously, time is running out. Time is running out. Because remember, once I become ill, if they do not have a safety cushion, if they do not have some type of alibi, this will be considered as a murder plot. Okay? No, there's no doubt about that. There's a reason why so much time, effort, strategizing is taking place right next door. We also have a police officer on video exiting and entering from next door once with the camera. Once I respond by covering up the windows, okay? This is a documentation of mental health issue illness. If you want more information, go on Google Maps, state fraud, inpatient hospital evaluation as far as mental health. Okay, that's what you're looking for. There we go. So I went through. Okay. That's it. Public meeting. The reason for the public meeting? To avoid, just in case their phone is compromised. See that? On a Sunday, guys. Unmarked vehicle. Okay? That's it. 1 week anniversary. That's the reason for the brain attacks and high frequencies and electromagnetic field waves. Very lethal over time. Okay? Alright, don't forget, get involved, guys. January 8th, 2025, last year, Internal Revenue Services, this is the property. The first floor remains vacant. Okay? Nello Greco is the main proprietor. And yes, this property is placed on the buyer's market from time to time to avoid any suspicious wrongdoing. Okay? Open for business, guys. This is the reason for the dollar store owner physical contact that they were depending on to have me arrested and documented with a history of mental health issue illness. Okay? Vital information here, guys. On a Sunday, public meeting. Okay, you can clearly see the public meeting right there. That's the public meeting right there. They're talking. They're talking. See that? They're talking. There you go. There you go. See that? There you go. See that?
It's a waiting game.
Straight to the point.
I think so.
Personal in-house meeting. Thomas is your officials.
I think so. We are waiting.
We got
Okay, looks like we got people in the area.
Get involved, guys.
That's a pretty big car. That looked like Larry Dominic. Mm-hmm. I said, is Larry